Church versus the world, and today, by now, everybody knows about the issue going on in Ohio, right? Like the train derailment that was carrying like 300,000 gallons of vinyl chloride. And I don't know how many people know this, but if you set vinyl chloride on fire, like they've done, yeah, because instead of continuing to try to put it out, they just decided, we'll burn it, which caused a plume of smoke. It looked like it was a rainy day, but all it was, it looked like hurricane weather in the middle of Ohio. But all it was a plume of a chemical called phosgene. Because if you set vinyl chloride on fire, it causes it causes it to turn into a chemical called phosgene. Do y'all know what phosgene is by chance? Any history buffs out there? Well, way back in World War II, a guy with a mustache like this and, had a whole army of song and dances. Well, they used that very same chemical to kill everything. People, animals, whatever they didn't want. They would just bomb towns with this shit. Well, well. Now you have people developing, severe coughs, developing rashes. Fish are dying. I mean, you got pets getting sick, and they've probably died too. I mean, what the hell were you thinking? Setting this shit on fire, knowing what it is. And I've noticed that this is all over social media, but hardly anyone in the news is talking about it. And I figured out why. See, I've done some research, and the railroad company that all this happened at is owned by the same people that own Fox, that own CBS, that own all these, major news organizations. It's the BlackRock Group, Vanguard, all those, usual suspects, right? So you're not going to, it bewilders me that these politicians are like, oh, it's all safe. It's gone down to normal levels. Really? Well, go get you a drink of the water. Why don't you go for a swim? Huh? Buddha judge? Freaking. And Pete Buttigieg hasn't, I said that. He hadn't even been to Ohio, from what I understand. And I'm sorry. How are you going to usher people back into a town that y'all won't even go visit? I mean, any other natural disaster happens, y'all are, trying to be like Johnny on the spot, getting sympathy and be like, we're here, we care. No, you don't. No, you don't. You care about appeasing, people and votes. You don't give a shit about us. Because if you did, your ass would be in Ohio right now. Who is in Ohio? Oh, that's right, the guy y'all don't like. Y'all are too busy, taking, weeping photos with the leader of Ukraine than helping your own countrymen out. Y'all are too busy over there, getting the booty, right in the face, oh, please launder our money, Senor, whatever his name is, Zelensky. Oh, please keep laundering our money. We'll split it with you. And you know whose money that is? Ours. But, y'all should be using that money to fix this Ohio shit. But instead, what are you doing? God bless. So, not only was there that derailment, there was a derailment in Texas as well that I guess didn't go to their plan because I haven't heard anything about chemicals escaping. But in Arizona, there was an 18-wheeler overturned and a big ass exposure to, gases, cops were getting people I don't know much about that, but I heard about it. And I thought that it was quite interesting that it happened within the week span that this train derailment happened. And I think it's kind of crazy that you had the Texas train derailment on almost within a few days' time. What the hell is going on? Does anybody else, think this is kind of odd? All these crazy things are happening. that are environmental issues. And I mean, this derailment in Ohio is going to contaminate these people's water table for a long time. There's a lot of farmland in Ohio as well. Like, I mean, this is like some Aaron Brockovich shit. This is like Flint, Michigan. I mean, the poor people I mean, you could see the smoke in Cleveland. It was a plume so big that it looked like it was a rainy day. There was no rain. That was phosgene. That was the chemical that people got shoved in containers and, you know, I don't know what I can and can't say on YouTube anymore without, you know, getting banished. Oh. Speaking of coughs, but I don't know, man. I think this shit's weird. And I've been researching it, and I keep finding the same news clips over and over. And why was a reporter arrested for trying to do his job? You know, report the news of this horrible incident. Why are people getting arrested for trying to, you know, go and check it out? I mean, something is real fishy here because I don't know, but the last thing I saw was the reporter wound up going to jail, or he's at least in holding. I mean, what's up with that shit? But, you know, I'm sure that it's all unrelated. I'm sure these people, there's just a cough going around Ohio around the same time that you had like a toxic carcinogen in the air. There's just a random rash going around. It's all unrelated, folks. I mean, just pay it no mind. Nothing to see here. I mean, all those fish dying, oh, unrelated. The pet's getting sick, unrelated. Right, okay, cool. Right on. I'm going to keep a tab on this. I might cover it again if anything new and big comes out. But, I mean, I think this is pretty big news as it is. I mean, I waited so long to cover it because I wanted to get, like, the full scope of everything. I mean, what good is the news if you don't really know much about what's going on? I mean, I could have came on here the day it happened and went, hey guys, guess what? There was a drain derailment and a bunch of gas. But I mean, I wouldn't have been able to, you know, like, because you're not hearing about how all these places are owned by the same company that own the news. And I'm pretty sure that's why it's not bigger news. Because even Fox is owned by these big conglomerates. So you're not going to hear about it there. I mean, maybe Newsmax will cover it, but like I said, they're mostly an internet news company, and that's where we've been hearing about all this shit, is from the YouTube or the Twitter or, you know, shit like that. I mean, that's what's wrong with our news media. It is owned by the people that are in league with, you know, people like Klaus Schwab and George Soros. And I know I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but go look it up. You can do the research yourself. You can find the connections. It's a big shit show. And I'm sorry, but if you think like the people getting sick and the fish dying and all the people breaking out in rashes, and if y'all seriously think the water level is not contaminated and that it's okay, go get you a big old drink. I'm sure the people that live in these towns and and have to go home now, they're not going to be drinking it. I'm pretty sure they're going to be buying packages of bottled water and hope it ain't bottled in their backyard. I mean, but that's all I got for now. Check back. I'll probably do some more stuff later. We'll see. Hi, if you enjoyed my content, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. You know, you could always, you know, pitch a few dollars my way through the Cash Apps, you know, or whatever, you know. I've also got a Teespring, if you can find it, because I'm having issues with it. But, you know, yeah, be sure, check me out next time.